Hello everyone, this is Mr. Po, and before we begin this humble video, welcome back to my humble channel, and I would like to say very big thanks to all my followers. Guys, I really appreciate that you followed my humble channel. And I know that it is absolutely not easy to gain followers on YouTube, and I really appreciate that. But I want to tell you honestly, guys, I never thought about YouTube as like going full professional, on this platform. And there are two things that stopped me. The first thing is I always think like, what can I offer to my viewers? What exclusive or what so unique can I offer? Because we have so many channels dedicated to that hobby, right? And the next thing is because there are so many channels that make not just videos, they make like, artistic documentaries, like Discovery or BBC level or whatever. And it makes you wonder like, oh, you will never be able to do something like this, right? So, it's another level of, YouTubing. So, that's what stopped me. But I still try to keep this diary. So, I try to tell you guys something about it. Maybe, somebody will be inspired by this, or maybe we could just share, our common experiences or maybe unique experiences in fish keeping, etc. So that's why from time to time I do these videos, and I really appreciate each and every like and each and every subscription. So thank you once again. Well, without further ado, let's go full into this aquarium that you can see behind me. And I think I've told you already that it is my ecosystem small aquarium, and I've yesterday, I've maintained it finally, and we will take a look at it because I promised it, right? So, I fulfilled my promise, first of all, to myself, because, the tank was absolutely healthy, but sometimes you cannot even see the fish anymore, and I needed to address it. Well, yeah, that's the aquarium. And there was a lot of hornwort. And I know, guys, that probably you have a dilemma when it comes to hornwort, because on one hand it really helps with nutrient like consumption, but on the other hand it is so invasive. Even in nature it is invasive. So I basically removed all of it, but I saved some of it, as you can see, because I felt really sorry for that plant. Sometimes you can find it really useful. It filters the water, it removes the particles, it sucks up nutrients, etc. And all this is actually Sagittaria. So, and if you do not know the story, guys, there were just a few sprouts of it that I bought, and I thought that it wouldn't go because they looked really scraggly. But as you can see, all of a sudden at one moment, it all grew into this garden. And sometimes I have to thin it out, but I do not do it that much, because I really like this jungly vibe, and we can see some antlers here, right? And what I was surprised about, let me just show you from above, right? What surprised me was this. You see this Ludwigia? I actually had only one stem of it, and it was absolutely unhealthy. But somehow I didn't do anything about this water or about this substrate. All this stuff grew. And you know what's interesting? It was actually blocked by other plants. So there was not so much sunshine. Not sunshine, but let's say this light. So the light didn't penetrate it, but somehow it grew. And it grew okay. I mean, like the leaves are okay, they have this, bottom part is like reddish and the upper part is greenish. So, well, we have some leftovers of Myriophyllum and guppy grass. Well, that's it. I also removed a lot of duckweed. I mean, like the last time I removed all of it, and I've said, yes, I removed all of it. But it's always a lie. You see, even now we have some, and they will grow, and they will take over everything. And take a look at the shrimpy. Can we focus? I think we can, like this only. We see the shrimpy, and we have some babies incoming, right? And there are tons of shrimp, because this aquarium has been running with this substrate and with most of the stones and the filter media. It has been running for 5 years. Sometimes I moved all that into a new aquarium, so it never was outside water. So I guess that a lot of beneficial bacteria were like accumulated here, and especially the substrate. You know, there is like a thick layer like this. I think at the back, I think maybe like this, and that's why probably plants do well here, because it's an old substrate with nutrients, you know, with bacteria. So, you know, the water never has cloudiness. Maybe a little bit at first when you know, add new water, you know, and everything is disturbed. But other than that, the water is crystal clear. It's like it's not even here. It's like, you know, and we see some shrimp here. There are lots of shrimp. I do not even know how many. Yesterday I switched off the light at night, and then in the morning I switched it back, and there were like tons of them eating biofilm, and they were like jumping, you know, because they were scared of the light. So, well, there is, I think, like, I don't know, like the 6th or 5th generation of shrimp, and I started with only just 5, you know, and that's what happened. I'm very happy about this aquarium because it regulates itself. I feed the fish, I feed the shrimp, and all the excess nutrients are consumed by the plants grow, but you still need to change water because, you know, the nitrate buildup, or nitrate buildup, I'm sorry, it will anyway, you know, happen. So you have to remove some water anyway. But I think I do it just like probably once in 3 weeks, once a month probably. So, you know, this is absolutely beautiful site. And I didn't even expect it to grow like that. It was full of guppy grass only. And now it's full of this Sagittaria, which I like because it gives you this hairy, you know, like vibes. Maybe I will thin it out a little bit more, but not right now. Right now I'm happy about how it looks at the moment. So, well, you know, there are 2 factors here that make this aquarium more or less, let's say, forgiving. Yeah. So the first thing is it's pretty old. So when your aquarium is pretty old, you have good filtration, you have enough substrate, you have enough plants, and the plants grow. It means that everything is more or less fine. And when you feed the fish or do something, it regulates itself because, you know, of all those things like beneficial bacteria and plants, they all work for you. And it happens when you initially care about your aquarium. So when you initially change water regularly, for example, like every day 10% or something like that, in order to escape, you know, the ammonia problem. If you plant it and your plants start growing and you replant them, maybe add some new plants, and you do not have like tons of fish inside, and you also have good filter which is running, and when there is enough filter media, eventually your aquarium will be less and less disturbing for you. It's a rule. So that's why I always say to beginners, to those people who are interested, guys, don't worry about maintenance. Yes, you will maintain your aquarium at first a lot, but then, you know, after like a month, you will see the results. And then after 3 months, it will get better. After 6 months, maybe, if you do everything with dedication and if you do as much as possible, maybe you will not be even disturbed by your aquarium. Maybe you will have to change water like 20% every 2 weeks, or maybe once a month, maybe. Who knows, right? So, you know, don't worry about it. You just need to make an initial proper setup and initial proper maintenance. Guys, I will be completely honest with you. I'm always struggling with this aquarium, right? I mean, this is the aquarium which has been running for 3 years. I mean, like it was all this hardscape and substrate and filter media. It was in another aquarium, and I moved it. But there is always a problem with cloudy water, and one of the reasons are those guys, yes. But another reason, I think, is that something is wrong here. I mean, like it's a 60-centimeter aquarium. So something is wrong. I think that the biolot is a little bit too much. I think. Though the filter is absolutely good. It has this old filter media and a lot of it. So, and don't forget that the plants and all this hardscape, they also have beneficial bacteria on it. And it was in water for a long time. And something is definitely not balanced here. Though, judging by the behavior of fish and how active they are, judging by this and judging by the plants that grow, basically, that's kind of like okay, but something is off. So, I have to maintain it more often and I have to do more work. For example, just take a look at it. This is like a blackbird algae here. And I almost got rid of it, but it comes back, as you can see. Also, take a look here. There is some yellowing of this anubias, and I know why, because I repositioned all that. Do you remember the last video? I said that I rescaped it, basically. I flipped the scape, to this side. So the triangle right now looks like that because it was looking like this. And because it's in the corner, it wasn't proper. So, maybe that's the reason, This also is yellowing, That can make you really frustrated. But I keep on maintaining it, and it's not like I do a lot of work. I think that I maintain it once a week, once in 2 weeks, so not that often as well. But I will have to work on it most anyway, if you compare it with the ecosystem small aquarium, like that we have just witnessed, right? And I want to share something with you guys. Besides, all that, I mean, like the aquarium still give me a lot of pleasure and a lot of emotion, but I feel like I started to feel less emotion by aquariums. And it's not like I don't want to keep aquariums. I actually want to keep them, even because I invested some time and some effort into those aquariums, and I really like to look after them and look at them, observe them, watch them. But there have been a few things in my personal life that kind of affected me everywhere. And it includes my fish keeping hobby. I started to feel less motivated in general. And it also, of course, affected my aquascaping and fish keeping or whatever. And it's really difficult because you carry certain responsibility for your hobbies, especially like those. If you keep plants, for example, house plants, if you look after some pets, if you have an aquarium or terrarium or whatever, you carry responsibility and you start feeling guilty when you say, not today, don't want to maintain it, I will do it tomorrow or whatever. You start feeling guilty because you know that it is not right and your mood shouldn't affect those that you take responsibility for. But sometimes you just cannot help it. But anyway, I still keep on doing this. I still sometimes even force myself, I do not feel myself really good. And I say to myself, okay, I will go and maintain the tank because it's already a high time and I will see how it looks. And maybe I will enjoy the process. And sometimes it helps. Sometimes I start like yesterday, right? I started maintaining this aquarium. And I was under the weather totally. Psychologically and physically, I started to do it. And, in the process, I feel enjoyment because the aquarium changes. And, it was so rewarding to look at it after everything, And I was like, no, I cannot just dump it. Yes, because, I was thinking about giving away, my escape and my fish to some of my friends who are also fish keepers. But then I thought, and what else will I have then after that? Because, this is like a big part of my lifestyle and my life. And if I get rid of this, maybe I will be even more depressed than before. So that's why, you never know. You just need to keep on doing something, for yourself, first of all, yes? Because you need to take care of yourself, guys. Because if not ourselves, who else will think about us, right? So, well, that's why, I still keep on doing this and I try to make it, enjoyable. And I think I'm doing a good job. I cannot say that it is as passionate as before, but I still do it. And I hope that I will still find even more inspiration, right, for myself and for others. So, well, that's it, guys. And thank you for watching this video. And I hope that maybe it helped somebody a little bit. I would be really happy if it did. So, yeah, sorry for my hand. Yeah. I mean, like, I need to take my tripod and place it. Yeah. When I record. I'm just too lazy, these days. Anyway, thank you so much and see you next time then. It's Mr. Po out.